Here, as you get your pen and paper ready, get your books ready, get your notes ready, and about to go on a mental focus. Thank you, I've been waiting for more. Haya, nidhayo. Professor. So now, today we have the moon in Libra, aka, so you know Libra is all that 7th house energy. So Libra is your 6 p.m. Wait a minute, is the moon in Libra? Yes, the moon is in Libra. So Libra is your 7th house. So Libra is your mat. For those who are in Kemet, they call it mat. They call it mat. You know, people who believe in Egypt and hey, Brother Bernard, why are you going so fast? Moon is in Libra, you should be balanced. So now, since the moon is in Libra, lazima ningepima pressure. Ikuwe miguu yote imetoshana. What you call in the Bible, faith and no acts. It's what I call rituals and witchcraft. I just participated in some witchcraft, knowing that as above, so below, knowing that the moon affects me, and knowing that the moon affects the tides, and knowing that's how I react because your moon affects me. So I know the moon is in Libra. So I know I'm supposed to take my moon, which is a Taurus as sun sign, moon in Leo, and I'm supposed to practicalize moon in Libra. And the moon is my reactions and emotions. And Libra is your math, or what you call the 42 laws of math, or what you call Libra or Saturday, that is why you rest on the 7th day. So I know it's all about harvest season. So Libra is rush hour. So today everyone will feel, hata nyinyi mtashinda mkisikia ni kama kuna rush hour. Hata kama hakuna, you'll be feeling rush today. I know most of you, you woke up even earlier today than your alarm. Wengi wenyu hata mkungojea alarm. Mwijikuta tu, usingizi imepotea tu. Because you feel too like it's harvest season. Hata kama ni asubuhi, sinaona mjinga. Hapa nyame tu overtake. Unaona? Hapa nyame overtake. Hata sijamaliza. Ame overtake, alafu unaona ile gari imekuja kuconfirm KDA 341J. Shout out to witchcraft. Oh my God. Now, this is an esoteric platform. Shout out to Suzuki Jimny. Beautiful, nice piece of shit. Look at this beautiful Jimny. Beautiful Jimny. Beautiful piece of shit. Of machine, of a car. Now, so, This is an esoteric page. And so, if you have a small mind, aka if you have a calcified third eye, aka if you have a broken frontal lobe, aka if you cannot think for yourself, or you need either a government, a person, place or thing to think for you, then this is not your page. So for the people who are in this page, it's time to get your pens and paper ready. Okay, so I'm about to balance some things here. I'm about to participate in that energy of Libra, of Satan, aka opposing the sun. So Libra is the 7th house, meaning Libra is directly opposite Aries. Aries is the 1st house, aka Israel, or what you call the worship of Yahweh. So this is opposing energy. This is Satan energy. Sawa. Satan the planet, or opposing. Satan means to oppose something. Satan is not a person. When you are a Satan, it means you are opposing something. So stop acting satanic and learn, or keep browsing if you have a small mind. Now, or you can share if you want, and you can maybe tap on the screen to keep the algorithm up so that this radio, whatever, keeps on air. So it's whether you want to or you don't, it's still Maat, it's still Moon in Libra. So things will still be balanced anyway. So now, when you become aware for the first time, aka whether you are a thought form, whether you are an idea inside your mother, or even was an idea inside God, inside the nothing. So even when God had an idea about the world, by default, that idea needed a container. It had to be contained into something. And that container is what you call the feminine energy. So feminine is first. I didn't say woman. Woman is a creation of you down here. I said feminine is first. So that feminine, when you become an idea, when you become a thought, when you become a feeling, and I know you are wondering why I'm driving with half my face like this, it's because of your algorithm. Okay, the moment they detect that I'm driving and making the live, I'm going to get a strike warning. Okay? This is the world you are moving into. This is what is called a dystopian kind of world, whereby we know more people die from other things that are more preventable than on roads, and also understand that even when it comes to the road, we can also make cars whereby even with a minor collision, you can walk away from the car. Otherwise, explain to me why you only need a roll cage in a safari rally that is going 200 miles per hour, and even after it has somersaulted and flipped, they still walk out alive. So this is a program. Don't even start arguing that we can't make safe cars. Yes, we can. A safari rally or a rally car, the only thing they add on that car is a roll cage. So yes, we can have cars with roll cages for everyone. So this is a program. Now, that's why I said this is not for small minds. If you have a small mind, but you know it's expensive, so your life is not expensive. Your life is not expensive. Everything is sold to you. So you think it's expensive, but you have someone buying a more expensive car. Anyway, let's back to the video. It wouldn't cost more than $2,000 per car to add just roll cages. So don't even talk about that. So now, when you become an idea or a thought form, or whatever it is, how you became aware into this world, by default, una create what is called a transparent body. Because remember, at this particular moment, you don't have a body. You are not physical. Neither are you metaphysical. You are just a thought. You are nothing. So when you become something, aka a metaphysical, something you cannot touch, an idea, a feeling, a thought form, okay? A sperm cell, you cannot touch it, but it's there, okay? An ova, you cannot touch it, but it's there. It's microscopic. It's metaphysical almost. So when you become aware for the first time, you create a body around you. That body that you create around you is what you call that cloth that you form around you is a reflection of you. So remember, it's nothing. Okay? You are just a thought form. So it's not a thing, as in it's not physical yet, it's metaphysical. So that thing needs a cloth needs a cover, needs a skin. Why you have a skin to cover your body, or why every animal has a skin, or why in creation story, that myth, the mythology, they were talking about someone getting some leaves to cover their nakedness. So that naked thought is the mind that you create. So when you become an idea or a thought, whatever that thing is, it needs a cloth, aka it needs a container, a mind to go into. Whether that mind is a cloud or a sack or a body, so now you need a skin. So that first body, ndio naita makaba, ndio naita the moon. That reflection, it's transparent. That is why we never landed on the moon, because the moon is not physical. So that transparent body, that veil, okay, that transparent thing that you're putting around your waist, that you're covering yourself with, or when it comes to the mason, what they call the mason's cloth, the piece of cloth, the apron. Mason wanaitanga apron. So when you create that apron for the mason, aka covering your thought and idea, or covering you, whatever you are coming to this world as a spirit, that creates the first transparent body, the moon, the feminine. Okay? Now that moon, sasa nataka niingie hapa kwa Awa, how are you? Make me one bonket for my beautiful wife. Unitengenezee moja ya bibi mzuri Nipaka hapa nyuma kidogo ama wapi? Si ndio? Haya. Ni sawa tu. Kitu moto have to buy some flowers for my beautiful wife. You know what I'm saying? So Datia. Thayo. Gari theru. Tamirore ujire ngana kindu ngihura ngari utwari ma ona ngenda gukuhira no ko no wira ri. Tamirore ujire ma ngana no rukungu ku mawona yona rukungu ngurihe. Hutia na kiara onyonie rukungu. No thayo botha bi we kindu ndenda kuya hawa. Eni. Thayo muno. Aya. I've just come from the car wash. Aniambia ati anioshe gari. Gari imefanywa vacuum. But ni kutafuta kazi. Si bora kutafuta kazi. Mungu anasemanga, you take one step, God takes another. Now, back to the video. So now, when you become that cloth, okay, you form what you call a transparent body, or a cloth, or what you call the moon. Now I want to show you where the moon came from and where the sun came from. So that moon, okay, that is why the moon affects the feminine. That is why the moon affects the tides, the waters, because it is internal. Okay? It's feminine first. So that will be your first body. So that moon, it's an idea. It's a thought or view, maybe. We don't even know what's in that idea. Or maybe it's an idea of when God wanted to create trees. Maybe it's an idea of when God, whatever. Okay, God is all possibilities. So now, for that thing to be externalized, for that thought, for that idea, for that feeling, for that tree, for that there be, for it to be externalized, by default, it being externalized is masculine, is pushing out. And when you are pushing out something, by default, that creates a light, an imagination, a vision, a timeline. Okay? Something that now your spirit can jump into to experience. Experience that timeline. Experience that imagination. Experience that vision. Experience that dream. Experience that thought. Experience that feeling. So since it's externalized, that's a light that becomes the sun. That becomes a sun. Okay? A light from now. So that becomes a fire. So now you have the moon, and now you have the sun, aka the moon is the feminine, and now you have the masculine. So from Eve, feminine, to Adam, masculine. From Mombi comes Gekoyo. From Eve comes Adam. Okay? Now, once now you have the thought of the whole idea, now it's an externalized form, it needs a container to jump into, or another body to now go into its surroundings, to understand now that whole thing in totality. So that container becomes another body or another thought form or feeling or anything that has a feminine body that can contain that or that can accommodate those angles, those ideologies, those kind of feelings, those kind of thoughts. And that is even how you attract children into this world. Now, awa bado anatengenezea maua, wacha kwanza atengenezange tufanye hii video. So now that you understand from the moon, the feminine, to the sun, the masculine, okay, how you come here, now you can understand that the moon is the one that gives birth in this world, aka that is why it is the females, it is the feminine that give birth. That is why it is the feminine energy that carries the egg, the sac. It is the feminine energy that can nurture, that can manage. That is why women are good managers. That is why your wife can manage your home on 500 shillings a day without complaining, and you can't. Mi hata 500 ukinipea sijui sasa ni car wash, ni kukunywa breakfast. What do I do even with 500? It's not even enough for gas. But for a woman, 500 anaweza ibajetia. Ataweka unga mzima hapo, ataweka mafuta kadogo, ataweka kitunguu, nyanya, watakula lunch watoto na utakula dinner wewe hiyo 500 mzee. But for you, we can. Women are better managers. Just by that default alone, women are better managers. So that feminine energy, the energy of nurturing or holding or containing, okay, means is an attraction energy. So the moon attracts energies. So when the moon is attracting energies, is when we have a new moon. So when you have a new moon, okay, the moon is doing what? The moon is attracting energies. It is waning. You need to be adding something. So now, when the moon starts waxing ama kupaka, all the energies you put into the moon, all the ideas and thoughts and feelings that you put during the new moon, for you mulikuwa maandamano hizo siku tatu. So all that energy you are putting into the moon has to wax on. Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi, wax off. So that moon will wax until it's a full moon. Now, when you have a full moon, the moon cannot accommodate any more of your nonsense or thoughts and feelings. So it has to shed. So the full moon, that is why a lot of death happens. Around the full moon, that is why a lot of chaos happen. Even when you're in the sea, you know, for people who are around the coast, you know how the full moon affects the tides, our emotions and feelings. So our emotions and feelings on this Gaia Tiamat Earth now affects the tides, how we are moving on this a body of water, one of the 7 seas. Why you call them the 7 seas? 7 water cycles, 7 water bodies. Mnazitanga planets. Si planets, mnazitanga continents. Ama seas, sijui East Antarctica, sijui whatever you call those bodies of sea. Whatever names you give them, because you know best. You came to the land, claim it, divided it, and gave it names. Congratulations. Jagawa does not hate on you. I respect big spirits. I may not agree to how you are ruling this world, but I do admire you for your effort. Congratulations. It takes a real spirit to recognize a real spirit that is really building in this world. Now, but this video is not meant for you, but you can also sit and learn that we can see you now. This video is meant for the low-hanging fruit, me included. But I'm not a human anymore. So now, I'm just in a human shape now. So, the moon now, so that means it is the moon that shits, for lack of a better word, spirits into this world. So based on our frequency and the vibration, because it takes a frequency, it takes a vibration for a spirit to move into that vibe, how you are vibing, how you are moving to be born into this world. That is why we say women are walking vibration. That is why when you see a woman walking, and she's vibrating, she has a big ass or she has big boobies, you feel attracted. It's a natural thing. It's deeper than that. It's spiritual. We are attracted to women with beats that are jiggling and shaking because women are walking vibrations. Because vibrations is frequency. And where you have a vibration, that's how you can attract something. Because you have to vibe. Sasa nikiongea maneno vibration, get out of the physical. I'm not just talking about vibrating as in now, in music na vitu kama hizo. I'm talking about vibration in terms of esoteric, aka how you are vibing, how you are relating, how you are agreeing to the terms and conditions of that woman, how she moves, the thoughts and feelings, the dreams you have, the imaginations, na vitu kama hizo. So now, Your ancestors knew that ukikufa unasikwa the same day kama Muislamu. But before that, walikuwa wanaanza ritual. For example, no, I won't give my example with myself because I'm a powerful being. I don't even want to have those kind of thoughts. So, go away. So, let's say, in a homestead, let's call it homestead Q. In a homestead Q, the father of that house, let's call him the big man of the house is K. So let's say K stops living anymore. So the owner or the son of K, who will be the firstborn Q will go to the corners of the home and do a ritual, aka collect some soil from all the corners of the homestead, na kuna kamatawi atawekelea, Wakikuyu wanajua ni gani, atawekelea kwa the four corners. So after the young men, because it is the young men who are supposed to handle dead bodies, because it is the young men who are not going to go home and have sex. But you see now, it's no longer possible because people back then, they just never used to have sex. But now you can have sex any way you want. You can have sex in high school. You can have sex. So we don't even know who the young men who can handle our body are anymore. So we take our bodies to the Montezunas. Anyway, this is for teaching purposes only. So those young men would be the one to lay the man to rest. Why? So that when they go back home, they won't have anyone to have sex with, just in case the spirit of the deceased pass back through them. And immediately after, kulikuwa na ile ritual ingine ya kumagaria mokui, aka they would have another ritual of sending the dead away. Why? To tell the spirit that you're not wanted in its realm of existence anymore. You can keep going. Now, here's the trap. Am I even live? Am I live? Ama najiongelesha? Ama ili crash? Because I see no activity from my side. Or maybe I don't have anyone who watches me watching me. Maybe I have new watchers watching me, so I don't even know if I'm live anymore. Like the live. How comes I don't know if there's anyone online? I want to like the live. Like the live. Like the live. How can they like the live and I can't see? Like the live. Which live now? This live or another one? Can't see shit. Are you telling me? Nimeona Jerry Maina. Yes, we can hear you. Okay. Your comments are back. Thank you. Invite to join live. Hata imeleta notification ingine. I'm not inviting you to go live with me. Weka chini usome. So now, tulikuwa wapi? Yes. So now, the moon now, remember, the moon is your first transparent cloth. Fikiria kamisi for your mothers. Awangevaa nguo bila kamisi. Ati ndio wasione through because it's transparent, supposed to cover your nakedness. Even all the way to why we started wearing kamisi. Ufikiria ati wamama waliamuka tu wakaanza kuvaa kamisi, or even why you wear an underwear, is because as a spirit, your spirit needs to cover its nakedness first. It needs a covering. So that cloth, that transparent cloth, ndio hata ukikuja kwa dunia una mimic. Unavalishwa diaper. The Masons in the cloth, and all that ritual of covering the groin area. Okay, and why are you covering the groin area? You are covering all the organs below Virgo or the sixth house or your lower animalistic states. Uko ni akina root chakra, na uko chini, sacral chakra, all the organs that are below the horizons. The organs that make you be drawn with animal features. When you are being demonic, they put horns on you, meaning you are acting out of your demonic natures, not because it means the devil. Okay, when we are acting a horror movie, someone acting a bad character, anamea manyoya ya bear, anatoa meno ati anakuwa werewolf, aka you are acting in your animalistic states now. It's all allegory. Even when you're watching the movie, they are not talking about the monsters the way unaiona ati, oh ni monster, oh is a Dracula, na ametoa makucha. No, it's showing you that when you are acting out of character, you become a demon, you become destructive, you can kill people, you can cause heartbreaks, you can separate loved ones when you are acting out of jealousy. It's all allegory. It's in the Bible, it's in your today's world, in your movies for you to see and decode it. Not think it's entertainment. Why do you think someone would use millions of dollars to entertain you? Black people. You think it's entertainment? That message is for them, their soul group, and you're not invited. They gave you religion. You follow your religion. You don't even your own religion. You follow their religion. You still follow their Orthodox. You still follow their Roman Catholic Church. It's their Presbyterians. You have no church. So don't even come telling me, you have no church of your own. So just the fact alone that you don't have your own religion, since you are bad on culture, just the fact that, okay, you are bad on culture, just the fact that you couldn't come together to create your own religion, just the fact that you don't have your own religion, you are still going to Roman Catholic Church, Presbyterian churches, and the Orthodox. AKA, when you are giving your tithe, when you are giving your donations, when you are giving your money in church, you are still giving to the Romans, Caesar. You are still giving to the Presbyterian. You are still giving to them. You have no church, or you don't. Amuna kitu mko nayo. You don't have anything. So learn today. So now, when you are watching the movie, na unafikiria ati, this nini, iko hivyo, sawa, si uniandikie hiyo namba, juu niko kwa video nitakutumia in a minute. How you like that? Beautiful, eh? For my beautiful eyes. We have Venus retrograde. If you understand what Venus retrograde is, all of us will be reacting and responding in a lovely way. If you know what you're doing, you're a powerful motherfucker. Know yourself, people. Know yourself, people. Know your magic. Know the correspondences. Know the days. Know the energy. It's so easy. Okay, not so easy, though. You have to practice it. It takes discipline. Now, back to the live. So now, so remember, it's allegory. They are trying to show you that when you act out of your desires, maybe you want to be loved with that person, so you become jealousy, Michael Jackson. Just come to Thriller, Thriller now. Kudung dung 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 dung. Hey, kudung dung 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 dung. All you are doing is dancing. Hey, kudung dung 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 dung. It's come to midnight. The body tinted. It's just come to Thriller. Thriller. Well, unaona ni entertainment. Anakuonyesha when you act out of demonic natures, aka your lowest animalistic states, ndio maana anamea manyoya na makucha, you can become demonic. You cannot control yourself. Now, so, your sunshine now, which becomes you, or the sun, or the light that spirits are attracted to, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine.
They don't put in the system.
So, that little light of yours, that sunshine, sun S-U-N or sun S-O-N, is in your Bible. Both of them may quote the same thing. Son ya S-U-N in Matthew, and in the same Matthew, son of S-O-N. Now, I can give you the exact verses if you want, but you are not in church. If you're scared, go to church. So, tumakureu, tulikuwa tumefika wapi sasa? What was na sawa amenidini na tiu number. Amerudisha hii dunia ya pesa sasa. Now I'm stuck on the 3D kidogo. Na nilikuwa nimeenda sana. As now I'm thinking about paying her. That's a whole process. M-Pesa, sijui ilienda paukwa, pakawa, hadithi, abunuasi. I would have just given her cash. Now you're making it even hard for us to access cash. I have to keep going to the ATM. Hata cash watu wana. Ama M-Pesa. But then ile pesa unapewa M-Pesa is too dirty. Najua ni pesa ya soko hapa kule. I like new notes. Money is the energy. Now, una note unaweza patipatia nikatae. Demo boy, ama momboi. I feel good. Ama moon in Leo kwanza. Woo! Pesa mzee sichukui. I want new notes. Now, money is a currency. I want new currency. I want to be updated. I don't want to be still stuck on 2000 kind of religion and arguing for who's against or who better. Who more spiritual than the other. Who church is better than the other. And none of you is yours. None of you don't even know how it was created. You don't even know the intellectual property rights. You don't even have. Ndio maana unaitwa mushiriki. Not owner. You don't own the church. Wewe ni mushiriki. That is why they have a shepherd. And the shepherd is owned by someone. Or the shepherd is taking care of sheep for someone. Or then maybe they belong to the shepherd. Au shakubali you are a sheep, or that's it. Sikubali kukua sheep. Now, why don't you just go and take yourself to the greener pastures? Why do you need someone to lead you to the greener pastures? And they don't even know where the greener pastures is. I wish they knew. They can lead you, but they don't even know. Why? Because even when I look at them, they don't seem to know. How can you go and cry on the wall of Jerusalem and shit is still following you? And now your wife is still crying in the same wall and shit is still following you. Can't you see the... Okay, back to the video. So, your fathers knew that once you died, ni lazima wangekufanyia ritual for that spirit to go. Why? Because when you have experienced spirits, when they come back to this world, or when they're trying to come back to this world, they don't care about you. Remember, this is a spirit that was here before you, maybe your fathers or your ancestors. So this spirit does not care about the desires of this world. So this spirit maybe was stuck on accumulations, land, titles, vitu kama hizo. So when this spirit comes back, it may actually kill you or lead you to take your own life, or lead you in a chaotic life mpaka unagongesha gari kwa bypass, tuteme hiyo mata na vitu kama hizo, just because that body only wants to experience whatever it wants to experience using the body that you have. So those spirits, they possess you, or they may possess your thought forms if you're not careful, and you give birth to this child who dies young na vitu kama hizo, ama nakuua wewe, because they just want to experience something, because they no longer care about bodies here. They only care about an experience. So these are spirits, remember, keyword, these are spirits that are experienced. So these are old spirits that want to keep coming to this realm again. They want to keep reincarnating into this realm. So they will always possess people who don't know what they're doing. So you end up, because they know you don't even know how to bring spirits into this world. They know that you are just having sex without discernment. They know that most of you are from single mothers, unplanned pregnancies. They know most of you. That is even why they created population control, because you are having sex out of discernment. You don't even know. You're just having sex. You're having too many school children with unwanted spirits. But spirits know. So the spirits that know that when these spirits come here, they're only coming here for distraction. So they want you to feed on poisons, GMO na vitu kaa hizo, because they want to leave these bodies as soon as possible, jump into new bodies. So these are old spirits. And there's a plan to keep the world in a low vibrating, to keep so that these spirits can keep coming back here. Because when you have new spirits, aka baby spirits, these are spirits that are very young. So these are spirits that will jump into your first passions, your sexual organs. So people who like having sex, or people who have high sexual energies, that's a confirmation that you are being possessed by very young spirits. Okay, those are very young spirits. They just want you to experience the pleasure of sex through you, okay? Or through those imaginations of coming into that energy of number 6 to create new thought forms, or new ideas, or birth, or when you spend too much time in something from 1 to 6. AKA 1, when you become aware for the first time, or when you're like God. Negative side of that is having an ego. Then you become, or you start relating to your environment. So that becomes the energy of number 2, relating or being diplomatic. The negative side of that is that you can be gullible, you can be used. Then you are aware of your surroundings now. That creates 3, your surroundings. The people, places, and things, a perimeter, a 360, a monad, your clock, your calendar, your 360. Number 3. Okay, the negative side of that is that you can become a know-it-all. Then you have a thought about what you are relating with now in your surrounding. That creates number 4. Then out of that number 4, now you have a feeling of that thought. How does it make you feel? That is number 5, or a seal. Then that takes you to number 6, you spending time in that feeling to see how it makes you feel, aka to come up with a judgment, number 7. So that spending time is what we are calling 6 or sex. That is why the word 6 and sex, they rhyme. So now, what was this video about anyway? Apart from the moon, I had a point. Yes, curses. Fuck it, I just remembered. So now, your old men know that there are people who live this world with too much regret. They don't want to leave this world. For example, we had the Mau Mau who would clutch soil. Akikufa anashika mchanga. Ati, I'm dying for this piece of shit. That accumulation in the physical form. So these are spirits, okay, who didn't want to change. Rebellious spirits. This goes very deep. That's why I said if you don't like, if you're scared, go to church. So these spirits that don't want to detach will be the spirits that come back and they take shape and form of people, or mindsets that don't know what to do or think. So this is propaganda through the radios. People like listening to politics. People are always in Kamukonji. People are always at Baraza, the People's Parliament. So those thought forms, they jump into them. They want to come back and experience this world. So when these people go back home and have sex without discernment with their women, they birth these thought forms, because these are the lights, the thoughts and feelings in the man, which is the light, the externalization. So when they become aware, the first body is the female. So when they become aware through the moon, the female, the macabre, now, for them to externalize what they are aware of, this is even why it's dangerous when you have even the women out of sync. No one knows anything. That is why they are so keen on destroying the family structure. And people will don't even know he, she, buy them, jai, whatever, bees, leather, grass, whatever. We are going very soon to have children saying that they can have a sex change. They want to be peeing through a grass or a leather. We can come up with another name, call them the BGS carry prints or something. Anyway, it's a free word, you said. So, these spirits now, when they give birth to these children, these are the children now you see acting out those natures. They don't care whether they get shot in the front line. They don't get, you get what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't exercise your duties and responsibilities, whether it's politicking and everything, but there's a way you can do it. That's not the way to do it. You can do it through your mind. It's all mental. But anyway, because this is a physical world and you're stuck on the physical, ni sawa. But I'm just giving you an idea how it happens. So those are experienced spirits now. So for you to understand the kind of experience we have in the world, you just have to look at the world affairs. Look at all the people dying in Russia and whatever. So that shows you, that is why I told you, we are in new spiritual times. And I told you, this is a new shift. And I said the portals are open, but you didn't get what I was saying back then. Now you get what I'm saying. So the portals are open for all manner of spirits to come here. And the first experienced spirits, the spirits that know how to come back here, will be the first ones to come. And when they come, they just want to pick bodies that they can experience what they want, get out and jump into other bodies. That's how you get possessed. That's how you birth curses and generational traumas of hizo, because people have lost their spirituality. You're having sex without discernment of hizo. So if we were having new spirits coming inside, right now we'd all be shagging. Ungekuwa kuta tu gari kwa barabara inacheza tu, watu wanakulana tu, spreading love and sunshine. Ile mwaitanga make love, not war. Why do you think you said that? Make love, not war. Because when you are making love, you are inviting new spirits. When you are making, or when you're having war, those are experienced spirits. Everything, unaona, you see, these musicians who are taken out, akina Bob Marley, akina Tupac, you don't even know how deep they say these things, but unashika to make love, not war, but you are not understanding where it's coming from, esoterically speaking. So they keep you vibrating low, they keep you thinking about war, they give you propaganda, radio, they give you all these things. The world is not bad, let me tell you. The world is not that bad. The world is as bad as you make it. It's all mental. Nothing is even physical. Everything is thought and vibration. So whatever you are manifesting around you is out of your mind. So if you spend too much time in chaos, if you spend too much time, aka you're spending too much on a timeline, which is like a light, that is what you are going to experience out of relating to that land. So it becomes relative to you. So it becomes relative to being stuck in places that have this chaos. It becomes relative to you to having your car stolen. It becomes relative to you being relative to that, or by law of relativity, what is on your mind and feeling. Thought and feeling. Nedayo. So shout out to whoever is in the comments. Shout out to whoever came for the esoteric. I have to go and do something else. I'm saying I have to go and do something else. It's a moon day. Moon is in what do we call this sign? The moon is in Libra, like we said. Mechukulia woman king maua yake. So Venus retrograde hiyo tumemaliza, bibi hawezi kasirika sasa. Those are my florists. Niko Karen, eh? Karen florist. This is my shopping. This is my shopping. A shopping basket. I come to Karen when I'm shopping. My moon is in Leo. I'm allowed to show off, you know. Your moon makes you. My daughter is a Leo sign. I didn't even understand. I was like, Shit, I have my moon in Leo. And remember, the moon is home in Leo, eh? The moon is home, is exalted in Taurus, aka the moon is most comfortable in Taurus. Hata ikienda whichever sign, it's most comfortable in my sign. So, and I have a moon in Leo. So, just allow me, let me be. Don't cast stones at the messenger, you just take the message. Don't hate the message. That is what they meant. I shot the sheriff, woo! But I didn't shoot the messenger. Ooh, ooh, ooh. But Maria aliwaambia, don't shoot the messenger, you take the message. So don't hate on my page. You can share, you can like. I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the messenger. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I said, I shot the sheriff. So don't hate on my page, okay? My page is all about love. If I come too hard on you, just remember that I'm bringing my flaming sword to wake you up. I mean you no harm. Okay, I mean you no harm. Even for the bigger spirits on my page, remember, I have no battle with you. Okay? I have serious wars to fight, serious spirit wars to fight. I don't have time to fight humans or low spirits or even bigger spirits. I have my own cause. I have my own duties and obligations from God. Okay? So, in God we trust. Didn't you put that in money? Why don't you trust in God? Why do you have to? See how they work now. See how idle some people can be. Sasa mpigia ako live. Kwenda na huko mpigie hiyo simu ndio inakuanga na SIM card. I'm getting another handset which you won't have a number. Imagine that. Imagine that is how easy it is going to be to shut you down. All I have to do is get another phone, put another SIM card if I need to go live when I'm out of the house. You won't have the number, I won't give anyone the number. So imagine how weak you are as a demon. I'll shut you down with a phone. Worth like just 30K. You see how cheap you are? Unajua umekuwa ukiniharibia live, nikiwa live unapiga, nikiwa live unapiga intentionally, unaweka na private number. It's only going to cost me 30K to shut your ass down. See how cheap you are. See how cheap you are. That's just like a weekend. That's just one weekend with 3 beautiful women of me enjoying myself. That's how it's going to come back to me. Shut you down with a phone, 30K. I'm going to have a weekend for 30K with beautiful women. So your pain becomes my pleasure. Transmute that energy. So uendelee kupiga. Kwani umeacha kupiga? Huh? You should see yourself in the spirit world. You should see yourself. You have no idea how much that joy gives me when you fuck up with my videos. You have no idea because that is fuel. That is fuel for other spirits that do the dirty work for me. I'm saying so. Usifikiria ati watu wana guardian angel. And some people have guardian angels that they have never been seen. Their armor have never been seen. So wacha nione kama kuna comment or question and then I end this live. Because I'm driving. Hatutaki kupewa strike notices hapa. Ama should I stop here and look for a question? So if you have a question, you can ask now before nisimame hapa mbele niangalie. Ile question nitaona, nita-respond, and then we end the live, sawa? So, you can throw in one question. I don't want to go too deep. I have to understand the word I'm meaning, so I have to be easy on the children of God also. So hiyo ni kidogo. Digest your kwanza. And that's why I say this is for people who have what you call circumcised frontal lobes. Circumcised. In the Bible it says circumcision of the heart. AKA, this is for people who have a decalcified third eye, or what you call the real eye, the one eye that gave you the two. Everything comes from one. What you call the third eye, or the first eye. Nitango the first eye. It's not that. Hiyo ndio inaona kuona. Hizi mbili hata ndio zinaona 3D. Acha tupaka hapa tuone kama kuna question before we proceed. Hapa African University. Africa International University. So just because they give you a university and they call it Africa, you're not teaching Africa shit. You're teaching the education. They lie to you at the Africa. It's not about Africa. You're not teaching any of your business there or your education. It's still them. Asa amenanga Africa International University. So this makes you feel powerful, Africans. Mazee munabeba. Yani kajina tu kana wapunga, eh? But it's their world. Do you have a question? can't see shit. Why can't we do? What can we do to cross? No, you cannot cross the portals. Where? At you cross them? Where? Sasa ukisema zifungwe, how will people come and experience that they am? How will people come to this world? People will always come to this world, reincarnate. You cannot stop life. You cannot stop life. You know what I'm saying? You cannot stop life. Amefika. Come on, man. Ungewapea lift. Why would you do that? Yeah. Anyway, it's none of my business. Uishi kumtumikia akagombo. I don't know what that means. San. Grand Rising Getugati. How is your Monday? Kanyoni kaja. Beregete. My Monday is okay. Moon in Libra. The church can be your body. This is Princess Wanga. No, I thought it was Princess. We are talking as deep that we are freezing. We are here. Yes, we hear you. Ni venye mko mnaniona tuko jenga. Hello. Dawa creator ni dayo. Hakuna question. Ni aje Mau. Kuna Mau in the house. Me, I'm nothing. Hakuna wakati utasikia mimi niko na affiliated na any group or anything. There's no day you are going to find me affiliated to any group. Life is energy. Hakuna question, eh? Mogambi is on the rambo now. Oh, that's a name. What can we do? Hakuna. So, I'm assuming there's no question, so we can end the live. So, shout out to you. On a Monday, may you have a very easy day. May you have some light on your moon. May you shine your light, your sunshine on the moon, so that it's not too heavy on you, so that it's not too chaotic, so that it's not too dense, aka tears, or too dense, making you wanna sweat. Okay? So may you have a day where you don't have to sweat much to accumulate whatever you are setting out to accumulate.